And here's the one thing that just really pissed me off about getting this car. Hey, how are y'all doing? It's your boy. We're at it with the Integra GSR today. If you saw my latest video, we talked about how I sold the M3, a couple of reasons why, I touched on it a little bit, and why I got the 1998 Acura Integra GSR, baby. I am really pumped to show you guys this car and talk a little bit more about it. This thing has been a blast to drive and kind of get to know ever since I got it, and not many complaints except some safety issues that the previous owner didn't disclose with me, which I will get into later. But overall, I've really enjoyed this car and I hope to make a review on it soon. But what are we going to talk about in the video today? So basically, I kind of just want to run down and first introduce the car. All right, hello car, we're all good. And talk about some mods or things that have been done to the car already as I got it, some things I've already done, some of the safety issues and things I've had to deal with. And the more and more I look into this thing, and some future mods that I'm planning on doing to this this little Honda baby right here. Definitely not used to having a front wheel drive 4-cylinder, but I do see why people like it. Not only being very friendly to my wallet, but you know, just very friendly, forgiving car on the road. It's a great daily, and surprisingly, one of the things I noticed first off is how much trunk space I have in this thing. It is absolutely wild. But I don't want to turn this into a review video. That's going to be later. Let's talk about the car as it is. So if you're new to Hondas or Integras in general, this is the Integra GSR model, which is the, I think, Grand Sport Racing is what it stands for. Comes packed with a B18 C1 engine, pushing out about a whopping 170 buff horses, baby. And honestly, for such like lowish horsepower, or I don't know, I guess I'd say it's considered low nowadays. For this low horsepower, it is a total blast to drive. The car came essentially completely stock, other than some Type 1 coilovers, kind of like an entry-level height adjustable coilover, and aftermarket radio, and a in-gen cooled air intake, which let me show you guys right now. Look at that. Mad gains right there. But yeah, in-gen cooled air intake. Other than that, just pretty much stock. I know the previous owner reupholstered the driver and passenger seat in black leather, which was really cool. Definitely makes the look of the car a little more modern, a little more clean, which I can appreciate. Stock seats suck though. I'm 6'2", and my head is literally half an inch to an inch away from the ceiling if I'm sitting up in like an upright position. And when it comes to wearing a helmet on a track day, it's no bueno. It does not work at all. But thankfully, the solution to that problem is the Corbeau racing seat right here, and it is a FX1 Pro. Just something we're gonna throw in the car later. But yes, this thing, 170 horsepower, front wheel drive, B18 C1 engine, and it's mint. It's a good ship. I like it a lot. It came with the stock wheels, which are on the Civic right now. But other than that, really good platform for me to start building and modifying a platform that's kind of cheap, very forgiving, which I'm really excited about. Plus, it looks sick. It is iconic looking. I mean, if you watch like Fast and Furious or any of the old like Japanese VHS videos of the car scene out there, these things have a legacy of tuner culture and whole lot of fun and speed in specific. She ain't fast right now, but she's gonna be fast eventually. Now, to talk about the problems of the car, the owner told me that everything was great, no issues whatsoever, other than two things, and that is on the gauge cluster. One, the RPM tachometer does not work, and two, the speedometer is off by 20 miles an hour. Now, other than that, he said everything's golden, it's peachy. Interior's great, you know, blah blah. It was well maintained. I spent a lot of money into it. I rebuilt the head. It's a great car. Cool. I got it on an auction website. It was really reputable. I'm sure a lot of you guys know it. And I just assumed, you know, not many people like screw each other over on like bring a trailer or big, you know, enthusiast car auction websites. But little did I know I was wrong. But I guess that's just part of learning in life. And here's the one thing that just really pissed me off about getting this car was, sure, there's things like this, which I spray glued, still not perfect, kind of looked like this, you know, like interior, whatever, it's falling off. Sure, the back seats didn't go down because this was snapped off, I had to fix that. But what really pissed me off was this right here. I went to diagnose the, the gauge cluster, and I saw that the airbag light sensor was unplugged, and I thought, why would someone do that? Interesting. So is my airbag not working? Dove into that a little bit and saw that my airbag wires were snipped for whatever reason. I'm guessing there was a quick release steering wheel in this car in the past. Then noticed that my horns didn't work, and then I noticed that my cruise control didn't work. Cruise control, whatever, I can get past it. Didn't work on my M3. But that's a big safety issue. Most people that have quick release steering wheels at least have the horn. So if something sketchy is going on, you can at least let people know of your presence, unless you're driving like a 600 horsepower straight pipe like Mustang or some shit where people can just hear you from 3 miles away. And yeah, I didn't have any of that. And the owner didn't tell me about that. And I had my little brother in here, and we were driving on the road, and we got in like a little bit of a sketchy scenario, you know, as most people do driving around rush hour traffic in Texas. And it just kind of made me think, like, this guy sold me this car without telling me about the stupid clock spring, which I literally replaced for $80, being broken, just to try to get as much money as he could out of the sale. Like, I get it, times are tough, but putting myself or my younger brother or anyone else in my car in danger, I just feel like is really fucked up, and it bothered me a bit. But whatever, I digress. It's no big issue now that it's fixed now. There's really no reason to chase it. But in good news, I figured out the RPM tachometer problem, and speedo I did as well. Now, went into my distributor and saw that all the wires were corroded, like they were literally just disintegrating in my hand, and rebuilt it. It worked for like an hour, and then I realized it just shit the bed again. So I got a new distributor, and bada boom, bada bang, my RPM works, which is great. My speedo's still off though, but my ECU is getting the correct data. I used a Blue Driver OBD2 reader to make sure that my car knows what's going on. So I'm assuming it's just the gauge cluster itself that's broken, which is why we have the S2000 cluster retrofit coming soon. If you guys didn't watch my last video, I'm excited about that. But yeah, so that was the issue. And then I was driving with my dad on the road, and then I noticed he called me on the phone, and he's like, Liam, like every time you go into VTEC, a shit ton of smoke is like pouring out of your car. And I was like, well, what color is it? You know, to tell me. And I look into it further, and I find out to realize that it's my valve seals that are going bad. Now, I can't be like really upset about this, because I know that a common problem for these cars is the valve seals going bad and oil burning, especially in like these old Hondas. But previous owner, I know you're trying to make a quick buck, but like you could have at least told me that before I assumed that the oil's still gonna stay there, and then next thing I know I'm driving and it's all gone, which luckily didn't happen. But I did a compression test. All my cylinders are good across the board. Yet to do a leak down test, but I'm gonna turbo this car eventually, so I'm just gonna pull the whole engine out and redo the piston rings and rods and everything anyway. So I guess it's not that big of a deal, but she burns oil like a 90s Honda, and I just feel like I literally have a quart of oil in the back like I'm driving an RX-7, without the fun of driving an RX-7, which, whatever, you know what I mean? What are you gonna do? On to greater things, which I'm excited about. It kind of gives me an excuse to build the motor and take it apart and turbo it. I don't know, I just wish people would be more honest when selling their cars online. I just feel like that was really shitty thing to do. All he said the issue was, yeah man, the car is great, it's just the gauge cluster and the speedo. In the end, I guess I could have decided, like, look, this is kind of getting sketchy, because when I started asking him questions about the car, he was kind of like dodgy and weird and shady, but I assumed like, okay, I mean, it's on this reputable auction website, it's probably been inspected, yada yada yada, everything will be fine. But whatever. What are you gonna do? Now, other than all the complaining and the crap and the safety issues that have all been addressed now, thankfully, let's talk about mods. So what do I want to do to this thing, and what have I done, right? To start her off, you noticed I have the Avid AV08s with Potenza RE71R tires on them. Really cool wheels, really good budget setup if you're just trying to get a cheap pair of wheels and tires thrown down together for a track day or something. I recommend them. I think they look cool. I like how they go with the supersonic blue, and they're a great tire and wheel. They feel comfortable, super grippy. I'll probably do a review on those in the future, but came with the Acura Integra wheels. Those are not GSR blades. I don't know where they came from. Maybe an Integra, maybe not. Someone in the comments, drop down below your knowledge. I'm still new to the Honda gang, but yeah, new wheels come down over here. I put some white winkers on there just for looks. If I didn't mention, it has a OEM Type R front bumper. Don't know if it's real or not, but it has been paint matched, so I can't really complain. She's clean. And under the hood, I got an InGen cooled air intake from the guy. There's my new distributor. And it came with Type 1 coils, which will be soon getting transferred to the EG. Really excited about getting her low. And I kind of want to, I'm debating between getting Fortune Autos and BC coils. Anyone got experience with those coilovers, please let me know in the comments below. I do want to do a bit of an upgrade on this car, and I made the deal with my brother because those wheels were originally for the EG, that if he gave me his wheels and tires, that I would give him my coilovers when I get new ones. So time is ticking. Other than that, I haven't really done much else to the car other than maintenance. I replaced the oil pan because that was leaking, and I got a fuel injector rebuild kit, did the spark plug wires. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the most part. I flushed the coolant, flushed all the fluids, made sure everything's tip-top and dandy, and I have obviously been doing some oil changes and things like that. I know the previous owner said he didn't drive this car much at all, and I want to make sure that, you know, seals don't dry up or anything kind of gets damaged or effed up in any sort of way. But yeah, so this is the Integra GSR, probably new big main project for the channel other than the Civic Turbo project that will be underway very soon. Thank you guys for joining in and checking it out. Really excited to make more content on it. If you guys didn't listen on my last video, I have a subreddit now called r/m3woke. I want everyone to post their builds on there and kind of get to know each other, ask questions. I want to make some sort of like community with this channel. And I want to react to your cars. I want to check out your builds. I want to talk to you guys. I want to get to know y'all. That's one of my favorite parts about YouTube, is the fact that you can build a community and have fun and meet new people and just do what you love. So on that note, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see in future videos. I will see y'all next week on Monday or maybe sooner. We got a lot of stuff coming soon. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.